And the reason I'm doing this is just so that she's, wherever I'm at, if I want her to stay somewhere and stand still while I'm having to do something, or I've got to watch other people doing something, then I've got a horse that'll be nice and quiet. It's always good to practice standing still as many times as you can. It's not easy for a young horse to stand still. They're full of energy. They want to move and move and move, especially if something's on their back. Good girl. I'm going to release that pressure off of there. There we go. I caught her before she took off on me. That wasn't going to plan. She shouldn't have started moving, but I went too far back. So we haven't practiced that. So I'm going to go back again. Just relax. Just relax. Good girl. Yeah, have a smell. Good girl. There we go. You're kind of stuck because you've got to, if something goes wrong when you're behind the saddle, it can be difficult to get control and it can cause you to panic quite badly. So these are all things that it takes a lot of trust, bonding and trusting to do. And you can't always just do it on any horse either. There we go, just relax there, good girl. But it's all about trusting her that she's not going to give me any grief while I'm up on her, that she understands whatever position I'm in, I'm not harming her. It's about trust. Everything that we do is about trust and knowing each other's behaviour. And as a result, we get good behaved horses, we get better behaved people, because the horse teaches us a lot of lessons. We also have a duty to behave towards them as well in a certain way. So we have to be very careful around them, that we are listening to them. If they're giving us a warning, back off or something like that, if they're pinning their ears at us, we really need to be paying attention to those things so we don't end up on the end of a hoof being booted across the paddock, because that does happen to a lot of people, or being bucked or being reared up and thrown. There's all sorts of things that can go wrong. So we really want to work on our trust of one another. The more that we trust each other, the more I'm able to then venture further out. Eventually I'll go out riding her out around the streets and things. It might take me a while, but it'll happen. It's just a little bit of time. So I'm going to ask her to walk for me, and she's listened nicely there. And we're just going to walk round one more bit of a circle, just so she's stood beautifully. I'm releasing her with a nice forward movement before I hop off, so she understands that it's not always boring, it's not always all about just standing. And what I'm going to do is do this down there. Now, why did I do that? Because I wanted to see if she would stop, because she wasn't prepared for me to do that. So she stopped really nicely of her own accord, so she preserved me that time, which was really good. And that's what you want, a good horse that will do that when you need it. But when you train them to do it only when you need it, you have an excellent horse, because if I'm going to do tricks and things with her later on, I'll need her to be giving me, she'll have to move while I'm in really weird positions, put it that way. So she'll have to trust that I'm okay. So that's part of the trust exercises as well. And I'm very lucky because she's a brilliant girl, very kind girl. I'm going to release her with that saddle off. Good girl.